if you truly understand what Christmas means, that God humbled himself in the form of the man, that he put on human flesh like we put on a jacket, and he allowed himself to be contained and put as a child to experience all the humiliation that comes from childhood. Learning to be potty trained, learning to walk, run away from his mom and dad, and then come back. God in human flesh, he humbled himself in the form of a man. I just feel like we understand a pinky toe of what that means. That God humbled himself in the form of a man. That would be like if we wanted to do outreach to cockroaches, and we decided that one of us was going to empty themselves of what it means to be a person. And we're going to go be a cockroach, because we need to go tell the cockroaches about God. So listen, I'm just going to tell you this because this is the truth. Sometimes our situation and the message God is giving us do not add up. Sometimes they're not congruent. Sometimes they're incongruent, and they don't always make sense. Sometimes we can be going through hardship and adversity, and God can be saying to you, you're blessed, Josh, and you're exactly where I want you to be. Sometimes you can be going through the best time in your life, but your environment outside is not matching that. And sometimes the opposite can take place. So are you in a place to listen to the message of God, and are you being faithful to that message that God's giving you? Because the shepherds are faithful to that message. So the two things people fight the most about in this country right now, religion and politics. You don't think I get aggravated? You don't think I get upset? But I'm just telling you, it's not worth our time or our effort to attack these people. I don't care what somebody believes. They're still a person, and they're still made in the image of God. And that's got to come first and foremost. Like when you're lining up to take a shot with a rifle, you've got to look through the front scope and you got to look through the back sight, right? You got to look through both of them in order to get a good shot. You got to line them up. You have to do the same thing. Look at that person as a person. They're not less than a person because they think differently than you. If you think that, then you need to repent. I'm tired of people in this country acting like there's levels of humanity. There's not levels of humanity. We cannot sit up here and say that we value the life of the unborn, but when they grow up and they have different beliefs than us, we no longer value them in the same way. That's hypocrisy. So the question you have to ask yourself this morning, is your worship pure of heart, or is it polluted in some way? Do you come into church expecting too much externally and nothing internally? Do you come to church hungry for God to move in such a way that your life is changed and your heart is reknit? Or are you just looking to hear something that you already believe? You see, some of us find ourselves so completely confused when it comes to the things of God. Some of us are just like Nicodemus. We're showing up and we're uncertain. We don't understand what's happening. But we're eager and we're hungry and we're willing to listen. Of the world. You see, a woman who's been in a terrible, desperate situation has an ability to transform through a powerful testimony. In fact, the more sinful and broken a person is, the more powerful their testimony becomes when told. Because that's how great God is. That's how loving God is. That's how powerful God is. He's powerful and mighty to change.